What is up, YouTube? Today the goal is to try to get the Suburban out from under this tent, and I've been looking, I think I can stretch it out from under this thing right here. I'm not going to show you guys the Suburban right now. You've probably seen it in the thumbnail, but this thing is on the stock wheels and tires with the lift on it, and by golly, she looks goofy. You're going to like this, so just stick around. We're going to try to get this thing pulled out, and we're gonna get a little walk around, and I just want to pull it out and be able to walk around and look at it. I'm confined inside this tent. So anyway, let's get started. So when I parked the Suburban out here, I fully charged the battery and then I unhooked it. So hopefully it's still got enough juice in it to get her started up. So like I said in an earlier video, the body lift requires you to put these extensions on it, and it lowers the fan shroud down, and I am just not happy with stuff like that. That's the part of this body lift that I don't really like, is having to do that, but that's okay because I kind of plan on putting the electric fans on this thing, doing that conversion soon. So hopefully something like that's just temporary. And things like this ground wire over here, look at this. They send you an extension to like extend the ground wire down, and yeah, definitely not pleased with that. So I'm probably just going to get me a longer, make me an actual ground cable that comes up to the factory location there. So I did like a good whole day of like bolt checking. I got the rear end all good to go. I got all the bolts checked on that. The front still needs some work, but I've got it put together enough that I think I can get it pulled out. I think I've got all the ground stuff, the ground wires and stuff hooked back up. So now it's time to just jump in here and see if this thing will crank up. At least I can run it, because I haven't been able to start this thing in, it's probably been like, what, 3 months now? I can't even open the door all the way because it hits right here, and it gives me just enough room to get in, but the Suburban is so shoved over to that side. Ooh, look at that spider right there. But yeah, the Suburban is so shoved over, hear that chime, it's so shoved over that way that I can barely even open that door at all. I'm gonna take care of that spider right quick. I don't want him crawling around on me while I'm in here. The humidity level in this tent is like next level, and it has been like a spider haven in here. It's been fun. Don't really want to burn my tent yet, but I've been close. Well, that was a complete fail because it fell and now it's inside here. Oh my God, there's another one. Got some spray here. Get the hell out of here. Die, bitch. The difficulty level just went through the roof. All right, well, I was gonna get inside here and try to crank it up, but I think I'm just gonna do it from right here. Prime the fuel pump. Prime the fuel pump a couple of times. Try that one more time. I'll prime the fuel pump again. This thing needs a fuel pump really bad. Fired right up. Purrs like a kitten. Sounds like the air conditioning's on. Is there a way we can turn that off? I forgot how. Off. Sounds a little rough, but she clears up after she runs for a minute. All right, well, she's running at least. At least it runs. So yeah, I'm gonna get the camera set up and let's see if we can get this thing pulled out. This is gonna be hilarious. It's not gonna fit. I think the roof rack is gonna be the major problem, but I'm planning on taking that off anyway, so here we go. Got a low coolant light. Oh goodness. It's a challenge to get inside of. I really don't want to get bit by a spider. Oh, I feel spider webs everywhere. Bright lights. I think I have a light. I think my light, whoa. Smells weird in here. I think it needs a power steering pump on top of everything else. Oh, let's see what we ran over. I forgot to clear out from under it. I smell paint burning off of something. I don't remember painting anything that gets hot. It's not real tight yet. Maybe if I can get it past the door here. Oh goodness. I should have been shooting a TikTok for this. Oh, I can't get the door open. If I could just get it out fast enough to get the door open. Huh. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Hey, got to jump out of it now. That's awesome. So it's not like really tight, but I'm going to get to this part back here, the luggage rack part or whatever. That's kind of what's got me worried just a little bit. Probably could let some air out of the rear tires. But yeah, that's the struggle. I think it'll go. We're going to ease on up a little bit. Yep, now we're at the part that I said I was worried about. I don't know how we're gonna make it over that. I don't really know how to get those off. Definitely if the rack wasn't on the top, it would go in and out of here fairly easy. I guess I need to back on up a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to get those things off. And it's fixing to rain, of course. So I got to thinking, it might be just easier just to take the whole daggum luggage rack off. So there's that. Anyone looking for a luggage rack for a 2001 Suburban? I got you, bro. I'm keeping the screws though. I got to put them back in. All right, so if that don't work, I'm gonna have to put some KY on the roof, I guess. All right, let's try this again. Shoot, that was the ticket. Maybe. Well, that was the trim on the top. Getting it back in there is gonna be fun. There she went. That's it. Gotta jump out of it. That's awesome. All right, so I got it out. And now what I want to try to do is recreate the video where I asked you guys if I should raise or lower the Suburban. I'm going to try to recreate that. It's going to be a little difficult because this is not the same camera I was using, my Lumix, and this is an iPhone. But so it's not going to be exactly the same. But anyway, we're going to run that clip and then come back to the lifted Suburban. This is a 2001 Suburban. Today we're going to see if we can get it inside my Harbor Freight 12 by 20 carport thing that I've put up out here that I want to work on it in and do some things in. Before we do that, down in the comments, let me know, should I lift the Suburban or should I lower the Suburban? There it is. I still look like a goon with my daggum socks and Crocs. But anyway, here is the lifted Suburban. So now that I got the thing out, let's talk a little bit about this body lift. I knew that some of the frame was going to show, but I had no idea that this much of the frame was going to show. I'm like I said, when I did it, I'm undecided on the body lift, but to run the wheels and tires that I want to run, it's going to probably have to be this tall. I'm not going to have to do any trimming in the back, but I may have to do some trimming in the front. So anyway, pretty stoked about it. It's on its factory wheels right now. It looks like it's jacked up on stilts. But anyway, let's get in here, get a little closer look of the thing, and I want to tell you guys some of the plans that I have from moving from this point forward. All right, so just a little recap for anyone that's wondering why I haven't put the front end or the bumper back on. That's because I'm planning on putting a 2004 Silverado front clip on this thing. So I'll be replacing the hood and the fenders and the grill and the headlights and the bumper. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do about a bumper yet. So that's the reason why I completely pulled the grill off and everything, because I really didn't need to. Well, I kind of needed to do that to do the body lift. I did forget about that. Here's another example of some of those brackets that the body lift requires. Like this thing here lowers the transmission cooler down and got these little spacers. You know, I just don't know about all that. I don't know. It is what it is. So anyway, moving on around. Still got the major dent in the side. I'm gonna have to do that. Gonna have to do a lot of body work to this thing. Speaking of body work, let me show y'all something. So this is the wrap color that I'm planning on going with on this thing so far. You know, I'm really not made up my mind completely on that. I think it's just like a matte green metallic ghost or whatever. And it's got like a shimmery metallic in it, you know, and it's like a satin. And it's not lime green, you know, because I'm really fighting the urge to just really do bright lime green. But I think this would be like a good happy medium of not being super lime green. I don't know how well it's showing up on this camera, but I'll tell you what, in real time, it looks pretty freaking sick. You can kind of see how it would look, you know, on the curved pieces. The light hits it different. Pretty neat. So yeah, so far I'm thinking about doing something like that with the wrap. And while I'm doing all the body work and everything, and when I have the fenders off and the firewall's exposed, I'm going to paint all this in here. I'm going to paint all that black, so none of that'll show. We'll be replacing the hood, so the hood will not be black. The hood will be black on the bottom. So I'm going to cut in the fender. I'm going to be putting the fender well plastics back in here, but I'm going to cut everything in with black, so that way, you know, when the wrap comes around, there won't be any red. The goal is that there's no red left on the vehicle. I'm gonna cut in the door jambs. I'm gonna cut those in black, cut everything around in here in black. I'm gonna be putting some carpet back in it later, but not anytime soon. But yeah, I'm gonna do all the extra effort of going around and cutting everything all in black, so you won't be able to, you know, like say open this and it won't be red inside there. The doors, when you open it, it'll be black. So that's kind of like a pet peeve of mine, and when people change the car color or whatever. I mean, it looks good on some of the race cars where it's like white on the inside and a different color. I mean, I get that, that's like a look, but a car that's been painted or something like that, I can't stand when they open the doors and it's not, I mean, like that color of green and red would just not look right, but black I think would look good. Good Lord, it's hot out here. Let me know what you think about that color. It probably didn't show up good on the camera or whatever, but let me know what you think. I mean, should I just go with a glossy lime green? Like, I mean, I want that thing to stand out and look, you know, like, but I don't want it to be like super bright. Anyway, let me know what you think about the wrap color. Moving on. But yeah, back here on the back, this back glass right here, one of the hinges has come unglued from the window, and I've been looking for the Cadillac Escalade of this year model has that rear brake light that goes all the way across the top and everything. It looks real cool, and it just slips right on here. So I'm looking for a Escalade back glass for this thing, and might possibly put the corners off of the Escalade right here on there, because it's smooth and it doesn't have these little ripples in it, and I think that would maybe look good, match to the same color of green that we'll be wrapping it in. Gonna be tinting the windows, of course. Do these caps right here in green when I'm wrapping everything else. Oh, definitely going to be changing the exhaust pretty soon. The main goal is to get this thing on the road so I can pull my trailer with it, and it needs tires, and these tires are wore out, and that's the whole reason why I wanted to do the lift and everything, because I knew I wanted to do something, but I didn't want to like buy new tires this size. I wanted to either buy the low profiles to lower it or the big mud tires to raise it. So of course we've went with the raising option. So next step is to get wheels and tires. So I'm kind of pondering the idea of this probably being the last video on the Suburban for a while, because I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of work and a lot of time and stress that goes into making these videos, setting up the camera angles, and doing all that kind of slows me down. And I'm super grateful for what views that I do get on my YouTube channel. But I think that the finished product with the wheels and tires on the Suburban and it wrapped in this bright color, the thumbnails would be way more helpful to me than the thumbnails that I've been, making. I think the finished product would be a better thumbnail, if that makes sense. So what I may still do is film some of the process of some of the things that I got to do along the way, but maybe not post them until afterwards, like maybe a how-to wrap, or, maybe how to fix a dent, or maybe just me fixing a dent or something, some of that stuff. Video it along the way, if you know what I'm saying, and just not post it for a while until I get at least the outside looking the way that I would like, because I think it would help me out a lot in the thumbnails, because a big green Suburban lifted, I think would help a lot. And also that'll give me some time, because I've spent quite a bit of money on the Suburban so far, but it doesn't hold a candle to what the price of the tires and wheels is going to cost for this thing. So I'm going to need quite a bit of time to save up for the tires and wheels. Here's the wheels. I don't know the number, the name, or whatever. I know that the TSI, I don't know the number, but it's the black and milled wheels, these right here. That's the wheels that I'm thinking about going with. There's another brand that I'm thinking about going with. I don't know. I'm not really decided on the wheels, but I've pretty much decided on the size. I'm going to go with a 24 by 14, super wide. They're going to stick out with 37 1350 by 24, probably Gladiators, because those are the cheapest tire, and to me they look the most mud terrain tire. It's not the cheapest tire, but like the Nittos and all them tires, they get way on up there, and I'm not driving this thing. It's not going to be a daily. I just need to haul my trailer back and forth to Home Depot and the dump, and just have an extra vehicle around here, so this thing will not see very many miles. I'm all over Facebook Marketplace all the time looking for the fenders and the hood and the stuff to put the 2004 cat eye front end on the front of it. But people are just asking an arm and leg, because that seems to be a popular thing, is the cat eye front ends. People are putting them on all kinds of stuff. And if anybody knows what they got, they charge a lot for it. So I can nearly buy aftermarket hood. I can buy like a cowl induction hood and aftermarket fenders and stuff like that for less than what people are asking for original GM stuff on Facebook. So yeah, that'll give me time to do that kind of stuff, fix all the dents, get it wrapped, get the windows tinted, get some other things fixed while I'm saving up for the wheels and tires. And then we'll put those on there. So I'll probably just bring you guys back for when it's wrapped and when I got the wheels and tires. And it's going to be a while. It's going to be a few months. So, but in between, I think what we might do in between is we're going to break the motorcycles out. It's way too hot. I waited. I ruined my whole spring by working on this thing. Betsy's probably choking me right now. But I think what we'll do, the next video you see will probably be riding a motorcycle. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging around while I've rambled about the Suburban. I'm super excited about how it looks, how it's turned out. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to get back to work. It's hot, but it is what it is. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.